6 loss. Sorry about this. First up to St George. The Dragons forwards, well led by Craig Young, dominated proceedings. I thought that Jarvis, Walsh, Wynn, the three big guys, created havoc with their powerhouse running, and they gave the backs arguably the fastest in the league. Comment from Ray about that in a moment. Plenty of space to score 4 tries to 1. Additionally, the new halfback combination of Lanane and Graham O'Grady combined well and posed a threat to a rather disorganised looking Parramatta side. Is that an unfair statement?
No, fair comment. Very fair.
So, about the pace of this St George side, what would you say? Are they arguably the fastest three-quarter line going around in Sydney?
Oh, they have been. They were last year too, I thought. They've got plenty of pace to burn. I was very impressed with the halfback. He had a big game.
Lanane?
Yeah.
Yes, he's a quick player. I've got one comment I'd like to make to you about your big prop forward, Paul Mears. I'm not the first to say this, but I watch him closely because I admire his work rate and his huge effort. He props when he takes a tackle. Has anyone spoken to him about that?
Yes, we're trying to get him out of that, and I think you noticed in yesterday's game he didn't do it as much.
That's right, he didn't do it as much, but the week before it was noticeable, and it makes him look bad sometimes. That was a reflex action. I'm convinced, and until the day I die, I'll say that Mick Cronin wouldn't deliberately stiff-arm him.
Nah, he put his hand out to stop him, yeah, but the actors' equity, I think you're going to have a little talk to the player.
You reckon Beattie might get slapped on a 402 for overacting?
There's a lot of it goes on.
There was a beautiful bit of precision with that kick from O'Grady and O'Connor. What sort of a statement would you make about O'Connor as a footballer?
I thought he would have excelled last year, but it looks like he's going to do it this year. I think he's definitely got the makings of a great player.
He just, when he makes a break, he does it so easily, and it's so much fluidity in his running. He just sort of glides over the ground, doesn't he?
The experience he got from Union, sir.
I guess so. Oh, well, all the good players came from rugby union, didn't they, right? Well, Cronin's 10 minutes in the sin bin was his first ever stint there. I doubt if that'll ever happen again, incidentally. But I thought the speed of the Saints' backs a big factor in their win. And this is a dummy fullback in a hopeless position there. He was always going to be beaten. There was always going to be a try scored, but perhaps he'd done better to take the man with the ball.
Yeah, you know, in that situation, you've got to end up with someone.
And yet you ended up scoring the best try of the match, I thought. It was a quality try.
It just shows our backs. We're not missing those blokes.
They looked awful for 78 minutes, and they came good for 2 minutes, and they scored a very fine try. Long way to go, though, for Parramatta to get back to the former glory.
Oh, definitely, but what we've got to do is get our act together and tighten up our defence and fundamental errors. Once we do that, I don't think there'll be too many critics writing us off.
No, nobody's writing you off. I've got too much respect for the side, but, you know, you've set yourself such a high standard. There's your problem. People are expecting you to do the exemplary thing all the time.
Well, yeah, I'd rather play at the high standard and a lowly rated one.
OK.